Audiobooks and One Click Digital present Data and Goliath, The Hidden Battles to Capture Your Data and Control Your World, by Bruce Schneier, narrated by Dan John Miller.
Introduction. If you need to be convinced that you're living in a science fiction world, look at your cell phone. This cute, sleek, incredibly powerful tool has become so central to our lives that we take it for granted. It seems perfectly normal to pull this device out of your pocket, no matter where you are on the planet, and use it to talk to someone else, no matter where the person is on the planet. Yet every morning when you put your cell phone in your pocket, you're making an implicit bargain with the carrier. I want to make and receive mobile calls. In exchange, I allow this company to know where I am at all times. The bargain isn't specified in any contract, but it's inherent in how the service works. You probably hadn't thought about it, but now that I've pointed it out, you might well think it's a pretty good bargain. Cell phones really are great, and they can't work unless the cell phone companies know where you are, which means they keep you under their surveillance. This is a very intimate form of surveillance. Your cell phone tracks where you live and where you work. It tracks where you like to spend your weekends and evenings. It tracks how often you go to church, and which church, how much time you spend in a bar, and whether you speed when you drive. It tracks, since it knows about all the other phones in your area, whom you spend your days with, whom you meet for lunch, and whom you sleep with. The accumulated data can probably paint a better picture of how you spend your time than you can, because it doesn't have to rely on human memory. In 2012, researchers were able to use this data to predict where people would be 24 hours later to within 20 meters. Before cell phones, if someone wanted to know all of this, he would have had to hire a private investigator to follow you around, taking notes. Now that job is obsolete. The cell phone in your pocket does all of this automatically. It might be that no one retrieves that information, but it is there for the taking. Your location information is valuable, and everyone wants access to it. The police want it. Cell phone location analysis is useful in criminal investigations in several different ways. The police can ping a particular phone to determine where it is, use historical data to determine where it has been, and collect all the cell phone location data from a specific area to figure out who was there and when. More and more, police are using this data for exactly these purposes. Governments also use this same data for intimidation and social control. In 2014, the government of Ukraine sent this positively Orwellian text message to people in Kiev whose phones were at a certain place during a certain time period. Dear subscriber, you have been registered as a participant in a mass disturbance. Don't think this behavior is limited to totalitarian countries. In 2010, Michigan police sought information about every cell phone in service near an expected labor protest. They didn't bother getting a warrant first. There's a whole industry devoted to tracking you in real time. Companies use your phone to track you in stores to learn how you shop, track you on the road to determine how close you might be to a particular store, and deliver advertising to your phone based on where you are right now. Your location data is so valuable that cell phone companies are now selling it to data brokers, who in turn resell it to anyone willing to pay for it. Companies like Sense Network specialize in using this data to build personal profiles of each of us. Phone companies are not the only source of cell phone data. The U.S. company Verint sells cell phone tracking systems to both corporations and governments worldwide. The company's website says that it's a global leader in actionable intelligence solutions for customer engagement optimization, security intelligence, and fraud, risk, and compliance, with clients in more than 10,000 organizations in over 180 countries. The UK company Cobham sells a system that allows someone to send a blind call to a phone, one that doesn't ring and isn't detectable. The blind call forces the phone to
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.